Jaywalking.
Yep, Capone, you got us on a little off schedule because I've been usually doing this a little earlier now with all my fasted training.
Yeah,
That's a new wave now.
You're like Michael Hearn.
I don't think he trains fasted though. I think he just trains early. I mean, all the science always showed that you should eat something before the workout. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I probably have some aminos. I usually have like some essentials and branch chains.
But that's not food though.
Yeah, but it gives your muscles something at least, and I feel like as long as I'm hydrated some, I make sure I drink a lot. You know, that's one thing, I always have enough fluids.
Yeah.
I've always been a big drinker when it comes to you know, hydration. I've never had an issue. A lot of people like, I don't drink enough, but I feel like that's never been really an issue with me. It's just, you know, obviously I used to give you a hard time about the sodas and stuff like that.
Yeah. I don't drink sodas.
It's so funny, you see these things on TikTok or Instagram. They said each Coke you drink takes 12 minutes off your life.
I believe it. It's pretty nasty what they do with it. Like sometimes they'll do like experiment.
But you know what's funny it's so crazy as kids, we were never introduced to, I mean, listen, growing up on a farm, like kind of like in a farming community and eating things from the garden and all that.
Yeah.
We never were allowed, like sugar cereals, my dad would never buy for us.
Really?
So like we'd go to the supermarket and we'd get like the boring cereals. Once in a while he'd splurge and we'd get like Captain Crunch or what was my favorite? The chocolate, the Cocoa Puffs. I always liked, because my dad had a sweet tooth too. I remember when there used to be a candy shop across the street from the church, so we'd leave church and our dad would come pick us up and we'd walk across the street to like they had 1 cent candy. Do you ever have any of those stores that were, you could buy like fish for a certain, you know, the
Swedish fish?
The Swedish fish, you could buy them super cheap.
Yeah.
Or we'd buy licorice because he liked the black licorice though.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like that.
Yeah, it tastes an acquired taste.
It's kind of funny, when I met Angie, she was big on, like when we go to the movies, she'd get red licorice. Not black though. I don't feel like they sell black licorice as much.
I love red licorice. But
we were never educated on as much nutrition as you see today. I hope in schools they're really educating kids a lot more than they did in the past. That's a great question for our viewers with children out there. If they're getting the education for the kids.
Yeah, I think they really want to do that. Huh? Yeah, no. I think they really want to go towards that, yeah.
But wouldn't you think that with all the epidemics of diabetes and obesity and all this, that they should put more of an emphasis on,
of course,
teaching people about nutrition? Because it seems like everyone that I still talk to, they don't know much about nutrition.
Of course.
So that tells me that it's never really been a talking point. Or
yeah.
I mean, what about health class? I mean, health class, it's just like you play some sports, you run. What was your favorite class through grammar school and high school? Did you have a favorite one?
Yeah, I've always loved phys ed. That was my favorite.
Were you pretty active though?
I love to play games with all my friends and stuff. Yeah, I was good in sport.
Did you have a favorite sport? Because you don't follow any sports now, so.
No, not sports per se, but I remember we used to play this game it was kind of like touch ball.
Yeah.
No, what's the name? What's the name of that movie you made with?
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
Yeah.
But then we had also like, so it was like dodgeball, but with like 3 pins on each side, and we had to kill the pins.
Okay.
To win the game on top of everyone else.
Is that something that was common, or they only did it in Montreal?
I don't know. I know we did it a lot back in the day, and that was so fun.
Well, you know I'm going to Montreal May 10th.
You are?
Yes.
Where are you going?
It's the FitLog Classic.
So
I'm heading up for May 10th. I'll be in Montreal, so I'm going to have to go check it out.
Who's bringing you?
Antoine and this guy, Khaled, for this.
Of course. Antoine,
It's a fitness show up there.
Wow. Is Antoine back in Montreal or is he still in Ontario?
No, I think he's in Ontario, but
okay.
He's
that's his hometown.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go up there and check it out. I should stay for a couple days and check out the scenery, huh?
Oh God, is it gonna be cold?
No, it's May 10th.
Oh yeah, May. Okay.
Should be nice.
It should be nice, or nicer. Yeah.
Are you jealous that I'm going?
No. Nope. Geez.
Yeah.
I left all that behind.
So you were in karate though, so you weren't in sports.
I was actually really good at that.
And how did you find bodybuilding? Like what, do you remember the actual, because I remember, like I told you, I was 12 and I saw Dickerson in the books. Then I read Bob Harris's book at 16.
Yeah.
And then I joined a Gold's Gym, so I saw people. So how did you start?
So my little town where I was living, a gym opened up in the mall. And it was an Atlantis gym.
Okay.
And that was like great machines at the time. And so all my friends from karate and school started joining the gym.
Okay.
And then the owner actually was competing. So the kids start seeing that. So my friends started getting into competing too, like around 18. So that's kind of how I get into it, you know. I really kind of, all my karate buddies started doing it and stuff. So for a while I was doing both.
Do you remember the first pro bodybuilder you saw in person? Was it up there or was it somewhere else?
Hold on. Tony Fiardi, Mike Payette were like the big guys, or the pros.
Okay, I don't know if I know those guys.
Oh, you're going way back now.
Yeah, but I mean,
yeah,
we started around the same time. Well, you started a little earlier.
Yeah,
than I think, but
this.
I think Ron Love was the first pro that
Ron
I saw.
Love. Yeah. I don't know if he was from Canada. Was he Canadian? No.
No, Ron Love was from Detroit.
Okay,
he was a cop.
I remember him though.
Yeah, he was really good.
Yeah.
Then I saw Lee Labrada was the second one I think I saw.
Oh,
then I saw Dillette. I saw Victor Richards.
You saw the great ones.
Yeah, they gave him guest posed.
The great ones. Yeah, Mike Payette was like this Indian descent guy.
And he lived in Montreal?
Yeah.
So were you floored when you saw the size of these guys?
Oh, dude. He was unbelievable. I mean, and I think when you're a kid and you see that, it's even more impressive, right?
Of course, yeah.
Because you're small. So, that was great.
Do you remember, so when you think about that, doesn't it bring back good memories? The
great
feeling
memories.
You get, I was thinking yesterday because, trying to think what I was watching something or listening to something, I'm like, man, I have this feeling that I got, when you get that feel, like when you're walking Golds or.
I so remember
we had Ed Connors on the podcast, I told you that.
I saw.
But it's not out yet, but the stories, Dave.
Oh, man.
And the memories we would talk about.
Oh, I love that feeling that it gives you, yes. I'm with you on that.
A lot of the guys that he was a part of will watch that podcast.
I'm sure.
And understand the impact that Ed had made.
He was something special.
Let me just put him in. Then we'll finish up.
Okay.
We'll just walk a little bit. Leaf blowers are down here, but we don't want to.
I know
we don't want to kill the sound with it.
We're cutting them off.
Yeah, so Ed, we talked a lot about like the transition of Gold's Gym.
Yeah.
I feel like Gold's is really trying to make a comeback now.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people train at Gold's, like different Gold's gyms, but I feel like they're kind of making they're trying to come back up and get more gym.
Good.
The mom and pop gyms, we talked about like the square footage, 8,000, 9,000 foot gyms.
Uh-huh.
Those seem to be popping up all over. As you know, we have so many here in the valley. I mean, who would have thought? You've traveled here many years for the Gold's gyms that I trained at only, exclusively. I mean, you went to LVAC once in a while.
How many were there?
Well, he had 18.
Wow.
But that included Temecula and Palm Springs in Arizona. But
Wow.
I would say there were, there was Lake Mead, there was Decatur, it was Craig Road, there was Flamingo,
Wow.
and there was Eastern.
So 5?
So there were 5, but eventually I think it branched out. There might have been, but I think there were 5 here.
Wow.
Losi, they had Losi too, so that was 6. And then now you have EOSs everywhere.
They were running Vegas back in the day.
Yes.
Golds.
Yeah, I mean, there was only LVC and Golds. That was pretty much it.
Yeah.
I mean, then your friend from Canada opened up his clubs. I think his has been around for a while.
Who?
With all the Atlantis equipment.
Oh, yeah.
What's the name of that gym?
Zach.
Yaks Fitness.
Yaks. Yeah. Yeah.
Which is still present.
Yep. He's been promoting a lot lately on Instagram. I don't know if you see.
Yeah. He has.
Yeah.
Should go over there. We should go over and film a video there.
Yeah, it's a good gym, especially
I have never trained at the Durango location.
Yeah, it's older.
Huh?
It's older. I've been there once.
But if it's Atlantis, dude, it's the best, you
Yeah.
know? I love Atlantis equipment.
The one close to the strip is just like amazing.
The one near me in my office.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right down the street.
We've been there for
I gotta
the grand
pop
opening.
over and see him one of these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had Ed, we had Jeremy Buendia, we had Greg Doucette the other day.
Oh, okay.
We had Phil Heath.
Yeah, that should be good.
Phil Heath confirmed no comeback. Said he trained Kai Greene, though. You guys got to check out that episode. We're getting at the age, man. The comebacks aren't happening.
What do you think about Kai possibly doing the
I think
Masters?
it's good. I mean, I'd love to see it. It's in Japan, right? So I mean, Hide's, that's his last. I think that's his swan song, right?
Yeah.
You should film him as he's leading up to it.
I know. I told him.
Yeah.
He's putting on some weight right now.
Yeah. So we have a lot of shows coming up, guys. We'll be talking about. The next one is Detroit. So I guess we'll be talking about that, and then might be pretty much where it rolls after that. FIBO has a show, so I'll be at FIBO.
Are you going? Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be talking a little bit about that.
What do you think about the Arnold? Like your impressions? Were you shocked?
Was I shocked?
Did you ever think Derek could take it back from Sansom?
You know, there's always that possibility, but I didn't think that Derek could, in 15 weeks, build his legs like that, where he was criticized about his leg size, and be able to come back and actually improve like that. Come in bigger. You know, because listen, you're beaten down. It's just like with me. I mean, in 2009, I mean, who would have thought I would have came back to win it? But I think I was surprised that Samson didn't come in as he could have, because I felt like he looked really good leading up, improved, and I felt like he's bigger. But I think he chased a little. He was a little too full, and obviously Derek was just imperfect. I mean, Derek landed it perfect, you know, and. You know, I was really, dude, honestly, everyone looked good. Akeem looked great. William Bonnet looked great. Brandon Curry shocked me.
I know.
He looked incredible. Andrew Jack looked good. I think Andrew still we haven't seen Andrew at his best. But man, like, you know, everybody looked, like the whole top 10 was great. You know, James, everybody. It was a great mix of guys that were very close to anyone. Like, it could have swapped a lot of places. I mean, Brandon could have arguably, you know, been swapped with Andrew.
Well, what a battle it's going to be if it's Kai and Brandon. Oh my God, those two at the Masters Olympia would make quite the show.
Yeah, I wonder if Brandon's going to do it.
He's supposed to.
Yeah, it's crazy, and I'll end kind of at this, like, you know, to see now the guys, like I remember, I think when I won in 2006, he was like, that was his first Olympia, I think, was around that time. So to see that now, it was either 2006 or 2009, I don't know. It was the early years, but I remember him finishing almost at the back of the pack, and to see him win, and then now, like, we're talking about doing Masters Olympia, just shows our age, you know.
I think that'd be great.
We've been in it a long time, but that's why I think people like our opinions. The opinions matter somewhat.
Yeah.
But Listen, man, I'm so super supportive of the guys. Whatever I critique, I'm not insulting any guys. It's just some people are on or off, you know, and makes it interesting. But we'll see. I mean, Masters in Japan, we won't be there, but
No.
we'll be watching from
Jenny's
far,
going.
you know.
She's competing.
Yeah. Are you going or?
No, it's far. It's a big
Yeah.
trip, dude. Yeah. Should be good.
All right. Well, we'll be back for another Jaywalking. Dave and I, we're out heading to the gym.
No mercy for you, no worries for you. That Game of Thrones, go Cersei on you. I flipped the script, I roll the dice. Don't fall asleep, cause I'm working nights. Hey, you trying to